That's good.
I think Eric would forget he was supposed to fight and Ron would trip on the way there.
That sounds about right. I think so.
I think that's about right.
Yes. Hi.
Convention. And they said, can you do the Thundercats Ho? And he said, I'll do it one time, but then it's Will's and I'll never do it again. So the girls came up to me and they said, you know we're doing the Feeny call. And I said, yes. And I said, so I'll do it one more time in front of the audience, which I did. And I said, now it's yours and I'll never do it again. So if you want the Feeny call, it now belongs to Rowan and Sabrina on Girl Meets World.
Give us the thunder!
It's the legacy.
It is, it had to move on.
That's a
Thank
cool
you.
way to, have that passed down, though.
It was really neat. It was a fun way to kind of, now it's yours and it's the next generation.
Yeah.
to go
So
on.
you can also YouTube it if you want to watch the last time he did it. Yes.
Question for Will with Ron and
Oh, wow. I think Kim and Ren might not get along at first, actually. Ren was a very, very type A, much more like me. I think me and Ren would get along great. Kim is just, it's intimidating, actually, to think about her. Even just having her in my life as a character that I played, it's intimidating to sort of be like, hey, this was a part that you played. It's hard to live up to that, to be such a female icon like that. But I think they would get along great. I think ultimately they're both feminists and they would love each other, so.
What about you, Will?
I think Eric and Ron pretty much get along with everybody.
Yeah.
I think they're both wonderful people with amazing hearts, and those are the kind of people that bring people together. So that would be a fun party to be at, though, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm Laura from Des Moines, Washington, not like super upstate. I love you both. I totally grew up watching all these shows. My question is for Will.
Okay.
You spoke briefly earlier about your experience going back in your interactions with the cast on Girl Meets World, and I think I speak for pretty much everyone here saying that Boy Meets World really resonated with a lot of audiences. And I was wondering if you could briefly talk about your time with that original cast, in particular, without doing the call. Talk about the interaction between yourself and the characters such as George Clooney.
Boy Meets World was an incredible experience all the way around. You hear kind of cliches nowadays, the castmates and I were family. We really were. I was the old guy on the show and I was 16 when we started. Ben was 11 the first day I met him. So we literally grew up together. I mean, there's certain aspects of being on any kind of show or any kind of set or anything that are absolutely surreal. And then there's certain aspects where they're completely and totally normal. We all had to go to school every day. We were sat in the schoolroom for 3 hours a day, and that included gym. The difference was they would throw us a football, and we'd have to play touch football with the kids from Home Improvement. That's where it got surreal, where it was like Jonathan Taylor Thomas just chop blocked me. It's that kind of stuff. So there are certain aspects that were very bizarre. I was just with the entire cast, just hanging out Wednesday. I mean, we really are still that close. We grew up together, we shared an experience, we genuinely love and care about each other. We're family. Bill Daniels, there isn't a better mentor for a young actor that you could invent than William Daniels. I always say, my dad taught me how to be a man, William Daniels taught me how to be a professional. If his call time was 8 o'clock in the morning, he was there at 6. He knew all his lines. He never missed a mark. He never treated us like children. We weren't children to William Daniels. We were fellow actors. That's just the way. I don't care if you're 11. You're here to do a job. He was stern when he had to be. He was never mean in any way, shape, or form. He never raised his voice. He could do it all with a stare, just like a parent. He was somebody that we all amazingly looked up to. And one of those guys where, first of all, he would tell you stories where you would sit there and he'd tell you about being in acting class with Marilyn Monroe. He would tell you what it was like to work with these people, and we're, as young actors, just absorbing all of this. But just being in his presence made you better. Had lunch with him a month ago. I mean, we're still all in each other's lives. And now we all have little sisters and daughters, and with Rowan and Peyton and Sabrina, and you go there and it's the first thing they do is they run and they jump. the equivalent of my nephews coming and giving me a hug is those guys coming. It's just, again, it's so cliche, but we all did this together. And it's something that we still love and cherish, so it was pretty incredible.
It's wonderful to hear. Sincere, genuine.
It was. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for
LaBeouf was a very interesting experience.
Tandem.
He was a good kid. He was a good kid. When he became of age to be a freshman in high school, although we were being like homeschooled, I was trying to haze him into high school, and I put a fart machine underneath his chair for his close-up. So when he was trying to do this emotional scene, I let it loose, and he
broke
did
shot.
not. No, he did not think it was funny. I'm telling you right now.
He didn't really?
No. His dad is a very serious guy who was he was a chicken. He raised chickens, and he was a clown in the circus, and he was
The story is getting very weird.
It's very weird. And I was only 16. But yeah, so he and him went and they teepeed my dressing room as a retribution for doing that. So that's my favorite story to tell.
That's good, though.
That's actually like appropriate to tell. You know?
We always had fun stuff happen. And then there was Sean, which we just called the Scream episode. That was one that when you ask any of us, that's the one we all pick as our favorite. Because it was the first and one of the only episodes we did without an audience. We shot it all week long. We couldn't get through a single scene without laughing. And then it became a contest of just trying to make each other laugh. So if you go back and watch it, you'll see there's scenes where they finally went, we got nothing else, just put it in, and there's one of us laughing in the background. Because they just went, okay, go ahead. And that happened, there was another episode where Eric ends up in a couch. So that was the same kind of thing, where it was the tag, and it was supposed to be this whole thing where Eric is following Topanga around, and he ends up in a couch at the end, and we just couldn't get through it. To where they just went, well, we didn't actually shoot it, so we'll just cut together all the bloopers, and that's how the show ended. I would like to say as a side note for that, because she gets a lot of grief for it on the internet, you see Trina McGee Davis there, and she's not laughing. While we're all laughing and everyone's like, why is she not enjoying herself? But there's a very quick story behind that. She told us before, I have a really important meeting and I have to catch a flight. And then we couldn't get through the scene. So that was our fault, not hers. She's the sweetest person in the world. We were just making it impossible for her to catch her plane. So that's what it was. But no, and then there was Sean was one of our favorites. We couldn't get through it. It's every day with us there was something different going on. Yeah, there was that, and then very briefly the time Ryder and I stole our director's car and took it for a joyride.